birthday too. Show me where your heart lies. Your shadows casting another silhouette. I don't like what it's hiding. There's new days ahead now. I'm gonna live what I believe. It's gonna move us along. We won't stop. We won't stop trying. Throw your hands up.
Pace is pretty easy there. Not a big issue. Okay, I have one teammate there. I have to privately chat with him. So Lars is suggesting a kick at 11 minutes. Oh. Just answering okay. We need to shrink the group. It's too big there. We need a few to drop. So 11 minutes, that's just fine for the warm-up. 2 more minutes. I just need to find where my teammate is. Just want to stand close to him when we attack. So here we are. I didn't follow. pretty good. We've been able to split the pack in two. Which is pretty good. On Zwift Power, we are 21 in the lead group. And about 10 have been dropped there. I don't really want the guy behind to catch Mr. Donnelly because he's an A+, but he'll catch, unfortunately.
Dark light, black sun, state of mind. Take your last breath, suckle in the midnight air, and gather round where the day walkers never dare. From black hat stairs and blood red flares, we command the whole dance from this rush of thoroughfare. So put them sounds away, they comatose and fled. I'm killing pros engrossed and post.
Oh, but Donnelly is DQ disqualified on Zwift Power. It's showing pro power figures there. Anyway, so that's okay. So, well done, Lars. Just half the group. But we are still way too many there. We need a few attacks to bring the pack to its most about 10.
The deepest inhale, the sharpest exhale, the circle in the sand, the jagged is the full tail. I smell the blood trail, these hands will never fail. I'm mortified and flying blind, so my skin pale. It's the cerebellum flashpoint ignited by my forefathers, reeking of a million scarred grasses. I turn my gaze up to the rafters, nonchalant thereafter, clandestine and sermonizing laughter. I saw this working, way down by the end of service, deep down in the darkest burdens, have a roll to a safety verdict, tangled in the hurt and burdens, dangled to the brink of a curse. Worship of a word is nervous, shout to the city burning service, spit led to your back on track, roll out in the fucking clap, face down with a stuffing black, extend my state of mind, but no fear, death, and a memoir of breath, reality, quiet your heart till you're a long time.
Yeah, let me rise and say I'll tell you I'm sorry. And don't think I'm wise because you got me thinking. Oh, nah, nah, don't make me listen. Oh, nah, nah, give me permission. Oh, nah, nah, get in the system with me. Oh, nah, nah, this is a prison.
I was just hoping we would drop a few ones.
Get yourself, I'm alright. You got me thinking, did you see the warning light? Ooh, got me thinking, you messed up, I was right.
Okay, I need to rest a bit. I just did quite a few attacks to shrink the group to about 15. So we went from 40 to 15 people. Okay, I'm not sure that's a good idea. Anyway. I don't think that's a good idea. Thanks, Eric. We need to catch a guy in front. He's still gaining some gap. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. If nobody's working.
can't hold back. I just can't hold back. Hold back. I just can't hold back.
Hi, Pimp. No worries. Wasn't a very interesting race at all. On the flat, it's very difficult to split the group. So, I know where's my teammate. I don't see him there. That's strange. So, the guy in front was, well, 390 watts for 50 minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's strange, I don't see my teammate there. Maybe he didn't finish. He maybe got upset because the guy here was on Z power and he was screwing up the race. So, I tried several times to break the group, and we tried with my teammates to break the group. The pack was pretty large, was about 40 people. So we attacked together, and the pack shrunk to about 20 people. We attacked again, it shrunk down to 15, and then I did a few attacks there, and a few have dropped again from the back, one after the other, and we finished with about 10 people in the lead pack. And it really seems I can't find my teammate there. It's odd. I hope he didn't get upset. I'm looking at the power figures, indeed. I was very active this race. I was attacking a lot of times, and I indeed have a quite high watts per kilo average compared to the other people. Most of them were just drafting, so that's what it takes to try to break the group. Which is very difficult on the flat. Very difficult. I still can't see my teammate on Zwift Power. It's not yet ready. He didn't finish. I had pretty fresh legs, so I could play a bit without too much suffering there. Still trying to see if I can find something on Zwift Power. Definitely nothing yet. Yeah, I was looking for some long race, but again, that was the longest race you could find at this time of the day. That's quite unfortunate that the Fondo Zwift did yesterday was only 1 day long. They should have allowed people to take part over a few days. That was a pretty interesting race, 80 kilometers or so, but it only took place yesterday, which is a shame. So on the other hand, we only have currently these short races, which are all about 20 to 30 kilometers. And I somehow fixed my power dropouts issue. I didn't find the issue exactly what it was. I did reset the router and I swapped power meter. And I think that my power meter was damaged. So the aciomas were damaged, I think, because I had strange behavior outdoors as well. So that's quite odd as well. The first time I hear about the aciomas failing. So I switched and those pedals are working fine. And I didn't have a single dropout since then. And with the other pedals I had maybe 1 dropout per minute, so. So I have to test them further outdoors to see what happens there. Or put them back on my S5 indoors maybe. I don't know. But that's very odd. The first time I hear about such an issue. They were working fine for 1.5 years, and suddenly they went mad outdoors and had lots of dropouts. Okay, on Zwift Power there is one file to be processed in the queue of 40. So I hope it should be online very soon. Still not, so. Oh, nice. And Pimp, how did the pedals work? I expect you to have about 10 watts more. Because of small calculation we did, you should have about 10 watts more on the duos. Great. They are maybe higher, significantly higher. What does it mean? 10 watts, 15 watts, something like that? 15 watts. So you probably had asymmetry between your right and left leg, which was about 3%, something like that, which is absolutely not uncommon, which explains the difference of about 15 watts, I guess. Yeah, that's a very good investment what you did there. You cannot trust single-sided pedals. Yeah, that's a great investment you did there. So 15 watts maybe means that your FTP has increased by probably about 5%. Single side is a rough estimate, exactly. That's a rough estimate which depends on each individual, the way you are pedaling. Most people have 1% asymmetry or such. Yeah, you love FTP increase, we all do. And this one is a free lunch, that's even better. So what does it mean? So you have a 5% FTP increase. So what does it mean? What's your value now? What do you reach for a value? Five percent is a huge amount. For example, if you have 4 watts per kilo, it means that you're jumping to 4.2, which is pretty awesome. If you are well trained, an increase of 5% is really something very tough to achieve. So, Pimp, the absolute watts in terms of FTP is pretty much meaningless. So you really need to think in terms of watts per kilo. So that would be 321, but for how much? What's the weight?
They run until they overdose, close to ghost white skins who they comatose, the overflow, colder than most, it's so colder, overindulgence, some blows, it's the overload, it's game over, they broke, the game's over, they choke, suffocating in the sound, they engulf to the smoke.
Okay, 78. So
They run until they overdose.
it means congratulations, you just jumped in the A category. It means that's an FTP of 4.1 watts per kilo. You were at 3.9 and now you have 4.1. So congratulations, you're just going to get smashed in the races. You are jumping from top B category to bottom A category. Enjoy the pain. Yeah, enjoy the suffering. It's gonna set you high targets and high standards, because you're gonna be racing with people who have a FTP of 5 watts per kilo or something like that. So that's guaranteed suffering there. Yeah, you are a veteran, but unfortunately, or maybe that's a good thing, I don't know, Zwift doesn't have age categories. Unless for a few races there. 48, yeah. So I'm 43. So we both are veterans there. Yeah, we got better with age. I think I'm peaking. I really start to feel the age now. It's almost impossible to get better. I'm really reaching absolute best. I just cannot reach the 5 watts per kilo barrier FTP. That's my best ever in the past, and now as well. I'm slightly below 5, but it seems that's something I cannot break. And it really gets harder and harder year after year to peak and reach my top level. So with 43 I start to feel that the biological parameters they start to tend towards the wrong side of the ocean. Probably we get better in the sense that we can deep harder, we can deep a bit longer for endurance races, but that's mainly psychological. I don't think that, but some studies have shown that we don't really get better in endurance races as the age goes on. I mean, your biological parameters, they don't get any better there, but it's mainly a question of motivation. Hi, oh, thanks Casey for the raid. I was just about to end the stream and I was just about to click on raid your own channel. So it seemed that you were faster than me. Yeah, Pimp. It's something common. I mean, most people feel that with age their endurance becomes better. But some studies have shown that this is mainly psychological. There is no real biological foundation to that. Of course, endurance, you need a lot of practice to develop a good endurance. So that's not something you will get very good after 1 or 2 years. You really need 5 to 7 years to be able to get a good endurance machine in some way. but you don't really get better the older you get. Thanks, Casey, that's kind of you. Thanks, Round Knight, for following. My head feels old too. I don't think so, Casey, I don't think so. You're just kidding there, I don't think your head feels older. Raid came, now you need to make long session. Yeah, you're right. Oh, Casey, why did you raid me? I have to stay there longer than expected. Yeah, Machza. The issue with indoors is that if there is an issue with the power meter, if the power meter readings are wrong, it's maybe that sometimes they are not accurate. It's known that sometimes power meter, for some reason, they read too low or too high. And on Zwift you just get better. In real life, there is no such issue. Power is power. So I've done some tests, and the power meter, the pedals, they read a bit higher than the Neo, about 4%, which I attribute to the drivetrain loss.
Different kinds of music.
Yeah, that's a very good question, Casey. That's the right question. How far off would your power meter have to be for you to notice it with your experience? Exactly. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's exactly the good question. You have to be used to ride with your power meter, and you get a feeling of it after a few years. You just get a feeling of what's correct and what's not correct. Exactly. I've been riding on a power meter since 2010, so about 9 years. I have lots of different power meters. Not a lot of different models, but a lot of different power meters. Mostly power tap hubs. And the power taps are reading a slightly lower compared to the pedals power meter, which I guess is exactly the same explanation as for the Neo versus the pedals. Yeah, it's 3 to 4%, let's say. That's the difference between 300 watts and 310 watts. That's not always easy to notice. Not always. It all depends. For me, I wouldn't be able to notice it, honestly. 300 versus 310, I would not be able to notice. This is within the margin of a good day versus normal day. In the past, I've got bigger differences, maybe 20 watts difference between a good day and a full day. Without real reason, sometimes you just feel that you have good legs, you don't feel really very strong, but you are pushing higher numbers. And 10 watts, so 3 to 4%, that's something I would not be able to detect, in fact. That's within the margin of good versus a poor day or a normal day. I would say that I would start to find it suspicious with a difference of 15 to 20 watts. That's quite unusual, which means 320 watts versus 300 watts. That's a bit too much between a good day and a normal day. That's a bit too much, which means that's about 7%. I would say 5 to 7% I would notice a difference. But not 3 to 4%, not really, not really. Yeah, there are some parameters which are very sensitive to calibration. And usually, if suddenly you are on a TT bike and the power reads too high, you can be sure that there is an issue. Because usually that's exactly the opposite. You should read 5% to 10% lower on a TT bike. Yeah, exactly. If you put your parameter from the road to the TT bike and suddenly you see 15 to 20% more on the TT bike, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's the explanation is pretty simple. Is that the muscles are not used. Your muscles are not used to the TT position. So usually you cannot output the same power on a TT bike, and TT position is not as efficient as the road position. I mean, efficient in terms of muscular effort. It's more efficient in terms of aerodynamics, but not in terms of muscle efficiency. Just asking Mazda, what is your power meter? I have experienced some similar issues with Garmin Vectors. Oh my gosh. Stages. Okay. Yeah. Stages, that's a single-sided power meter, so don't expect anything accurate with the stages. I'm sorry to say that, but that's really not a good power meter. That's not a very expensive one, but I think it's still way too expensive for a single-sided power meter. It's quite pointless to have a single-sided power meter because if you just have a 2% difference of strength between your left and right leg, which is quite usual, then it makes 4% difference in power readings. You can add the accuracy of the stages, which is rated at about 3% or something like that. It makes 7% difference. So 7%. That's exactly what I was talking about just before. That's about 20 watts when you are riding at 300 watts. That's huge. So that's not something you can really trust if you want to monitor your fitness, your progression, and define thresholds for your workout and such. I really highly recommend double-sided power meters, or you can have as well power tap hubs. Well, lots of power meters, but not a single-sided one. I really don't recommend this kind of power meter.
This must be kept from the public at all costs.
So it seems that I still don't have the results on Zwift Power. I don't know what happened to Lars, my teammate. He didn't finish the race. I cannot see him on Zwift, so I don't know what happened there. Casey. You did it exactly. I'm still riding. Yeah, much that. That's a good point, and that's an interesting point that you are mentioning there. I fully understand what you mean. If 290 or 310 doesn't make a big difference for you. But if you start to take it seriously, if you start to use it as a training tool and such, you will very soon feel that it's not accurate enough. But I agree, at first 10 watts, 20 watts, that's not much. But once you reach really your peak level, you are very close to your level. It takes such a huge effort just to scratch a few percents to become better. Just gaining a few percents FTP and such, that it really, really matters having an accurate power meter. Exactly match that. If you went to 223 to 300, that's a huge difference. That's a huge jump in terms of fitness. So I understand that you don't care about 10 watts. But let's say that you keep on training and you reach 310, 320, and then just you start to invest a lot of time and effort just to gain a very little bit of FTP and such. Then you will soon see that you would like to have an accurate power meter. Casey, yeah. When I first got my pedals, I really enjoyed the 3% increase for Zwift Race. Yeah. So glad to hear that you have about the same difference as me. Yeah, match that. We are not pros as well. It just depends how much effort you are putting in this. But it's up to you. If you are fine with your current fitness level, if you don't have a target of becoming better and better, and that's just fine having the parameters that you have. It all depends on where you are in your cycling experience. Yeah, Pink. Expect about the same as what Casey wrote. Expect 3 to 5% difference. Yeah, much done. Nice goal. Nice goal. Unfortunately, we have genetic parameters and we cannot cheat on them. You cannot increase your FTP forever. Depends on your VO2 max, which is something that gets that is mostly genetic. You can train it until you are 14 years old or something like that. And then you have only 30% margin of progression. About 30%. You will genetically modify yourself. Yeah, that's a good point. There are a few solutions. You don't need to go to genetics for that. There are a few known solutions which are easier. But still, you will not gain more than 15% with these solutions. So, for this year, only 330 watts, 5 watts per kilo. That's pretty nice. If you reach 5 watts per kilo, that's pretty nice. I mean, with 5 watts per kilo, you can win quite a few races. I mean, real life races. Yeah, 15% is 15%, yeah. That's about what you gain with doping products. Usual doping products. They are known to give about 15% increase. Going from 5 watts to 6 watts, probably the same as going from 2.5 to 5. It's even more difficult because statistically very few people can reach 6 watts per kilo. Quite a few can reach 5 watts per kilo. For example, I think genetically I would not, if I had been training very hard when I was 10 years to 15 years younger, I would not have been able to reach more than 5.3 or something like that. That's my genetical upper limit.
Every day your feelings, your
Yeah,
emotions are different. Because that's
it gets exponentially harder or something like that. Yeah, exactly.
into what your mood,
That's probably a fat-tailed Gaussian distribution.
what is your audience telling you?
Usually that's what you find in these circumstances.
Relating, interrelating with each other. You know what I mean?
5 watts per kilo is a big deal, yeah. That's a big deal. If you are riding locally with 5 watts per kilo FTP, usually you smash 95% of the people there. About 95%. Maybe even more. Yeah, Casey, you can drop your training by 50% and lose only 10% of your FTP. That's quite exceptional. You have interesting genetic parameters. If I'm dropping 50% of my training, I'm losing much more than that. Yeah, Matchla, there are many more parameters than just getting the glycogen to the muscles. That's what's fascinating about cycling. It's that it's really hugely complex. The mechanisms that are into play in your body, these are really hugely complex, involving a lot of parameters which differ from one person to the other. Knowing our strengths, knowing how all these parameters work together, that's really hugely interesting. You have so many parameters. You can train some where you know that you are strong, and yeah, probably much more than many other sports. That's really interesting. And on the other hand, you have so many potential limitations there. Limitation that you cannot improve endlessly, like VO2 max, like fat oxidation, like different threshold you have. And everybody has different strengths and weaknesses, which makes things quite interesting when you are riding with other people outdoors as well. You start to know each other. You start to know where everyone has its strengths and weaknesses. Just in my case, I have very high fat thresholds, so I have pretty bad VO2 max compared to my other parameters. So I have lactic threshold, which is pretty high. It's about 280 watts, 270 watts for 66 kilograms, which is pretty high. So I'm very good at endurance, and on the other hand, I'm good at using my glycogen in the muscles, so very short efforts, 30 seconds to 2 minutes efforts. But I'm pretty weak at FTP-like efforts. So I have a good anaerobic capacity, not a very good VO2 max, and very good fat oxidation engine. And that's it. These are genetic parameters. You can train up to a certain point, and that's it. That's what you got. You got to play with that, and that's it. So in my case, I enjoy high intensity tempo outdoors rides, and usually I'm pretty good at them. If it lasts for 5 to 6 hours, tempo rides, and I moreover have quite aerodynamic position on the bike, so low air resistance, which means that usually outdoors I like staying in front, just going tempo. I don't like climbs. I don't like climbs, so that's where I'm strong at. And what's nice with the what's nice having a good fat oxidation engine is that you can eat a lot and you hardly gain some fat. You are burning everything, so I can eat 2-3 pizzas in a row with some beers. I'm just burning everything. I'm not getting any weight. So that's quite nice because I enjoy eating as well. So I can eat almost everything without taking weight. And these kind of things, you discover them with the time, with experience riding, or you can do some lab tests as well, which usually just confirm these kind of things, what you already know, if you are riding for a while. Okay, so it seems that you got me hooked on Zwift for much longer than expected. And I have to get some food and such. So today is Wednesday. Maybe I will be racing tomorrow. Probably not on Friday, because the weekend is coming. And so I'm gonna end the stream soon. Thank you, Casey, for the raid. You got me hooked on Zwift for longer than expected. And thank you for talking here, for chatting here. Thank you, Pimp. Thank you, Round Night. Thank you, Casey. Awesome. Thanks you much, sir. And thanks you for everyone else for watching the stream. I unfortunately have nobody to rate now. Maybe I will try to find someone Zwifting. who's Zwifting here and streaming? Let's have a look. Ah, we have quite a few. Nobody I know. And maybe. Okay. Okay, so I'm rating myself now. I will be rating Cycling to Lose because that's the only name I know who's following me and who's streaming at the moment. So thank you everyone, thank you for watching, and see you soon, maybe tomorrow about the same time for another race. And okay, have a great evening. See you soon. Bye bye. Cheers.